Hey, First Church friends. Pastor David here with another COVID-19 related announcement. I want to share with you today a difficult but a courageous decision that our administrative board has made. Beginning this coming weekend, November the 28th and the 29th, and extending all through the month of December, all in-person worship experiences at First Church will be suspended. There will be several online worship opportunities for us to engage. 7 o'clock on Saturday evening for our God's Country service, 9:45 on Sunday morning for our Crossfire service, and 11:15 for our traditional service at our downtown campus. Links to all of those worship experiences can be found on our website at www.butlerfumc.com. There's also going to be many opportunities for worship on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day online, and there'll be a whole lot more information coming to you about that in the days and the weeks to come. Now let me share with you some of the reasons why the administrative board made the decision that they did. First and foremost is the mandate of the Lord of the church, Jesus Christ, to love our neighbors as we love ourselves, to do for others what we would want others to do for us. See, for Jesus and for all that call Him Lord and all that choose to follow Him, the priority is always giving ourselves away for the blessing and the benefit of another. The cross of Christ is both the picture of what that looks like and the model for how we are to love our neighbors. A willingness to surrender ourselves, surrender our own needs, our own wants, our own thoughts, so that we can be a blessing for someone else. That's the first reason. The second reason is this consistent rise in COVID cases right here in Butler and in the areas that surround our town. That rise in cases is making it more and more risky for us to be together in person. See, what we know about this virus is that people can carry it and be completely asymptomatic. Everything can be fine one day, but the very next day, not so much. We know that people connected to people that are part of First Church are sick with this virus right now. And we've learned that some folks in our church family that work at Butler Hospital on the front line of caring for people, they too have been diagnosed with the virus. See, this virus isn't just something that's making people sick in other places. This virus is making people sick right here at home and causing people to die. Third reason for the decision that the administrative board made: recent restrictions on the number of people permitted to gather in person in gathering spaces. Both of our facilities, downtown and Crossfire, fall into the 0 to 2,000 range seating capacity, which means that there is now, according to these new restrictions, a 10% cap on the number of people that are able to gather for in-person activities. How's that translate to us? That means 40 people at our downtown location and 100 people at our Crossfire location. In recent weeks, in-person worship at both of our services downtown have been well above 40. Our Crossfire attendance on Sunday mornings at 9:45 has been right around 100, some weeks a little bit above, some weeks a little bit less. Our God's Country service has consistently been in the 45 to 80 range of people in person for worship. Fourth reason for the decision the administrative board made: our annual conference leadership has strongly recommended compliance with the new restrictions from Harrisburg for all United Methodist churches in Western Pennsylvania. Now, to be completely transparent, religious communities are exempt from the new restrictions. Because of that, our conference leadership cannot require compliance. Strongly recommend is the limit of what they can ask of local churches. Our administrative board has chosen to hear what's being suggested in strongly recommend and comply. And finally, the administrative board made the decision they did as a conscious and courageous choice to be part of eradicating the virus rather than potentially contributing to its spread. See, doing our part to limit in-person contact enables us to contribute to the end of the virus rather than prolonging its stay among us. Now, speaking on behalf of our leadership, I know this decision will cause some of you to cheer and others of you to say boo. How we feel about COVID-19 and its implications for life these days is a really complicated thing. I get that. But I can say with complete confidence that this decision has nothing to do with political agendas or opinions. It has nothing to do with infringing on people's individual freedoms. Our leadership has prayerfully sought the heart of God and, in my judgment, acted courageously as people who are called to live by what Jesus says. And please remember, friends, this is temporary. It's a moment in the first church story. It's not the rest of the story. It will be the first weekend in January before you know it. And hopefully, we will be back in person, gathered round the table of the Lord for the very first communion of 2021. So what I said to the administrative board, I want to say to you. We will be in a much different place come Thanksgiving 2021. Let's keep focused forward. So as I share these words with you today, it's the day before Thanksgiving 2020. November is drawing to a close, and very, very soon, so will a really challenging year. I was reminded today by our administrative board chairperson, Rob Deemer, of something that President Lincoln said in 1863. Let me read this for you. President Lincoln said, "Let us fervently seek the interposition of the Almighty hand to heal the wounds of the nation, so that it may be restored as is consistent with the divine purposes and plans to the full enjoyment of peace, harmony, tranquility, and union." And all of God's people said, Amen. Sisters and brothers, Betsy joins me, as does all of the leadership of our great church, to say to you, Happy Thanksgiving. And friends, now and always, keep looking up.